What's going on, everybody? Ryan with the Dean, www.themanmindset.com. Had a guy send me an email that is pretty much in a wasted marriage, and he realizes his woman has lost respect for him, and he wants to know, is there a way to get it back, and where did he lose it from? Well, the funny thing about respect when it comes to women and stuff like that, respect is something that you win and lose based off of your standards. Respect, there's no time limit on when a woman respects you. Respect is always based off of, and I'll say it again, it's based off of your standards. You see, if you allow a woman to raise her voice at you, to yell at you, to scream at you, to do a bunch of stuff to you, then she is not going to respect you as a man. One thing I always say is that it's funny how these women can go out here and yell, scream, and disrespect their men, but when they go to their job, they treat their bosses totally different. You never see them yell, scream, throw things, or be disrespectful to their bosses. And the reason is because the job that they went to had a standard. And if you don't have a standard, it doesn't matter what part of the relationship you are in. You can have a standard in the first time y'all meet each other. But if your standard doesn't carry over through the dating and the relationships and the engagements, your woman is going to fucking disrespect you, because she's gonna feel like, you know what, you have no spine, you have no balls, and you're a bitch in her eyes. And that's why these women are so disrespectful. That's why it's very important to have a standard, because if you're not living by a standard, like a job has a standard, meaning that if you get out of line, or you're disrespectful, or you raise your voice, or you withhold sex, or you do all that stuff to me, you're gone. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. But for a lot of guys, they get in these relationships, and what they do is they reward bad behavior. They reward disrespect. They reward being treated like a fucking child. And then they wonder why at the end of the day, she continuously does it. Remember, at the end of the day, you train every woman you meet and every person you meet on how to treat you. So I would tell the email guy, yeah, I can't blame her for her habits. I have to blame you for allowing her to treat you in that manner. That's why when it comes to respect, you've got to have a standard and live by that standard, and be willing to lose a great woman even if she's disrespectful. Once a woman realizes she can disrespect you, she's going to continue to disrespect you, and she's always going to up the ante. First, it's going to start off with yelling. Then it's going to start off with yelling and throwing. Then yelling, throwing, withhold sex. Yelling, throwing, withhold sex, and doing a lot of malicious shit to you. So we cannot blame the woman on this one. This is all on you guys. Learn how to have a standard, stand by that standard, and make sure that woman knows if she doesn't live by that certain standard, that she's gone. All right, guys, so that's going to be the end of Riding with the Dean. If y'all got any questions, send me an email to themanmindset.com, title it Riding with the Dean. If it's interesting, I'll hit you up and we'll talk about it. But like I said, guys, at the end of the day, the man who doesn't have a standard is a man that's going to be disrespected. Well, excuse me, let me change that. The man that doesn't have a standard, let me change that again. The male that doesn't have a standard is a bitch that's going to be disrespected in her eyes. And I'm not calling you guys bitches who get disrespected, but I'm saying that that's how she feels about you. Because only a woman is only going to treat someone like that who she sees as weak, spineless, and a bitch. That's why it's important, guys. Always have a standard.